Hola y bienvenidos, Amores Patos. Hello and welcome to Amores Patos. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
duck facts,
duck lore,
duck golf,
and
Ducktales. How do we start these again?
I forgot.
Hi. It's been a while. Welcome! Welcome to Amores Patos. This is our 14th episode.
Yes, 14th episode of Amores Patos.
Yes. In which we recap the episode, the Missing Links of Moorshire.
Moorshire. Yeah,
That's probably how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I was thrown aback. So there are two words I probably will mispronounce, just from the get-go, I will tell you. It's probably Moorshire, and the word golf, because I can't pronounce it. It's one of those, like, as an English learner, that it's one of those words that I mispronounce, and sometimes people call me out on it, I'm just like, please don't.
Yeah, don't, please.
Please don't.
And there's words that you'll read, and it's like, I know what that is,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm way too afraid to ever say the word
Yeah,
out loud.
okay. When I was a kid and I was reading The Series of Unfortunate Events,
Yes.
I did not know how to pronounce Baudelaire.
Yeah.
Never
Is it
knew.
from French or
Yeah.
some shit?
I never knew how to pronounce it,
Yeah.
so I would always be like, totally. I get it.
Earlier in, I think, the Mole Monster episode, the Terraformians,
Yes.
I can't say the word that's like an adjective of, like, encyclopedia.
Uh-huh.
Like, someone has a knowledge like encyclopedia. You might have caught it, me trying to...
Yeah.
I do my best. Anyway.
Anyways.
Duckworth watch. No Duckworth in this episode.
No.
I guess right off the bat we'll say no Duckworth.
Sadly, he's still missing.
Yes.
Yes.
And second, Ben Cannuli Galzone watch.
Way, you look like a classic kind of a guy. I'm like that.
Yes, one can never be too classy.
Way, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
Nothing yet of our Italian pilot Formula One racer.
What is he? He's just, what's the thing that Tony Stark says? Playboy?
Oh, genius playboy, philanthropist.
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
Fuck, it's that one line in Avengers. It's a take away the suit, what are you? Playboy, genius playboy, philanthropist.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what...
I don't know if Ben Cannuli is a genius.
Probably not.
Probably
He's
not.
a playboy.
Yeah. He says, I think he calls himself one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, something new we've been doing. We want to mention, I guess, who did the story for each episode, who wrote it, and all that jazz. So the story was by, like usual, like 10 people. I will read their names. Frank Angones, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson. If I mispronounce any of these, my bad.
My bad.
Ben Joseph, Christian Magelhaze, and Bob Snow.
Hey.
This episode was written by Ben Joseph. Storyboards were by... Oh, jeez. I also have bad handwriting. Vaughn Tada. I have bad handwriting, so that might be an A or an O, and I apologize. Brandon Warren and Jason Zurich. And it was directed by Matthew Humphreys.
Hey.
And we're doing this because, I mean, it's cool just to, responsible for the episodes, for those we really like. And maybe if they're listening, they'll, maybe they'll listen.
Yeah, they'll appreciate. But honestly, yeah. No,
say their names.
No, because, sometimes
scheme.
it goes really unnoticed. Like, who
Yeah,
wrote things.
and especially when it's an animated series, like, people have to draw
Yeah.
all of these things.
Exactly.
So, and write all the stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of work goes into all the episodes, so.
Yes, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk a lot about probably voice acting in this episode, because I really like the voice acting.
Yes. Oh my god. Really, just off the bat, really good episode.
Yeah,
I love all the episodes.
Yes, obviously.
But this is probably one of my top faves right now.
Yeah, it's really funny and it's really like emotional, and it got me like
dramatic.
Yeah,
like,
it got me like
in a good way.
excited in a really good way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll get into it.
Yes.
So right after the bat, we have Huey narrating.
Precision, excellence, men in funny hats. Welcome to the Duckburg Billionaires Club Golf Invitation, the only golf tournament to take place on the world's most exotic and expensive courses.
And we learned that there's the Duckburg Billionaires Club, Scrooge and Glomgold, them, that's it.
Yeah.
That every year there's a Duckburg Billionaires Golf Club Invitational.
Yeah.
Where they play golf at all these super exotic
places. And then they kind of show, it's like
a reel, like an old newsreel, like it's kind of sepia tone.
So you get to see them like playing like on top of
pyramids,
then underwater with a shark. I fucking hate that.
What?
I don't like sharks.
What? It's a cartoon shark.
I don't care.
It's a cartoon shark.
That had its mouth open. I don't like it.
Does the Little Mermaid scene like terrify you?
I don't like. There's something about sharks with their mouths open that really scares me.
Okay.
No, like because I don't know what. No, I know. Not this one so much, but like when I was little, I remember like seeing this movie in which like the end. I don't even know if it was Jaws, but it was like they blow up the shark and then the mouth. Yeah, is it
I
Jaws?
don't know.
The mouth like
all I remember from Jaws is we're gonna need a bigger boat. That's all I remember from Jaws.
But it was a shark movie, and his jaw was like the mouth and all the teeth were still intact somehow.
Yeah.
So it like came out at the screen, and like I was little, and it fucking terrified
That's
me.
Not Jaws.
I don't think it was like a shitty like shark movie.
I don't know. My brother was always really into dinosaurs and sharks. We watched all those documentaries about them, and so I'm just used to it. Like, it's a dinosaur. It's a shark. It's a megalodon.
Megalodons are horrifying.
Yeah, I love them. Megalodons are like the fucking dinosaur sharks.
Yeah,
they're great.
Horrifying. My brother was watching a documentary on them, and every time they mentioned the mouth, I was just like, please.
Oh my god. Very specific fear.
Because that's what it was all about. It was all about the teeth, because that's all the evidence they have. Yeah. So, like, the whole thing was about teeth and stuff, and I was just like, ah!
That's great.
No, but yeah, okay.
Okay.
Back to the montage.
Yeah, so see a montage, like, they play golf underwater with, like, scuba gear.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
This is very fancy.
And so here's Huey's narrating. Yeah, so, like, the Duckburg Club Invitationals all only played on the most exotic and expensive courses. Mm-hmm. And also, it's only Scrooge and Colin.
Yes.
Huey says, he describes it as golf as precision, excellence, men in funny hats.
Welcome to the Duckburg Billionaires Club Classic.
And how we see this, the invitational is at scenic Moorshire, Scotland, which Huey calls the birthplace of golf. I looked it up. That's not true. Huey, you need to learn the facts.
Here's Anna with the facts.
I did a lot of research into, like, the history of golf. Not a whole lot. An adequate amount.
Uh-huh.
So the actual origins of golf, in case you were wondering, is the High Middle Ages. It was in Scotland, though. High Middle Ages, so 900 to 1286. Don't know why so specific. 80. That's the High Middle Ages. That's when golf was invented at some point during that time. Yeah. Like the very early golf, like fucking wood sticks and fucking like a rock or something. I don't know.
Sticks, a ball in a hole.
Yeah. I think Huey calls Moorshire the birthplace of golf.
Yes.
That's honestly not true. But I think the oldest golf course in Scotland is the Old Course at St. Andrews. That's in all caps, it's the full title. And golf courses are called links. Links courses. I did not know that. I doing Googling and I'm like, the fuck is links?
I forgot. I was trying to figure out what the pun was in the title.
Oh my god!
I couldn't figure it out.
I just got it! The Missing Links of Moorshire. Christ. Anyways, the Old Course of St. Andrews is an ancient links course that dates back to before 1574. It's still like a course people use. Because apparently in Scotland, because in the US, like, golf is very like, oh, I'm rich and white, and like, I got a caddy, and it's like, Like, my goodness, Reginald.
I'm a professional, like.
What a good hit! I don't know golf words. But, golf in Scotland is apparently much more egalitarian.
Okay.
Like, people just do it, like, buds will just
Yeah.
go golf, and it's a much more
Like
thing
like,
for
yeah.
everyone. It's not a
Oh.
hoity-toity thing like it is here.
Yeah, because here it's like either you're going to like a really fancy course
Yeah.
in a club, or
Yeah.
you're going to like
Mini
golf.
golf.
Yeah, mini golf. you're doing mini golf.
This episode made me want to play mini golf.
Okay, so have you ever seen the video for Avril Lavigne? I can't pronounce her last name.
No.
Okay, any of like
No.
Okay, so in the music video, Girlfriend.
Okay.
She goes to a mini golf place.
Uh-huh.
It's called Golf and Stuff. I've been there with my class in like 8th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah.
They used to take us there.
I wanted last summer when mini golfing was with my mom and my sister last summer.
Ooh, how was it?
It was pretty good.
Are you a pro player?
I'm a pro mini golfer. Where I used to live, there was this huge golf course, because I lived in a pretty rich area with a lot of rich people. And huge golf course. I set foot on there once to take pictures for yearbook in high school. No,
Yeah.
they had a country club. You could buy chicken wings. I went, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, jeez. Can I buy some food? But then the people came and I go take pictures. I'm like, God, dang it. I wanted to buy some chicken wings. Anyway.
Yeah,
anyway.
anyways.
So Huey's narrating. We see Huey and Launchpad are in a golf cart with like a camera, because Huey's trying to earn his
Junior Woodchuck Sports Commentary Merit Badge.
he needs a co-host
Yes.
for that.
And they have like a camera attached.
Yeah, to the outside of the golf cart, like watching them.
They're vlogging.
Yeah, and they have the headsets, and they're both in yellow
Blazers.
yellow blazers. We see
Yeah.
Launchpad doesn't have boots on, which I noticed because he goes wearing boots. We see him has just his yellow duck feet.
Hey.
And I'm like, oh shit. And we see, so he was being all
Professional. He has
professional.
a very cool monotone voice.
We were on Launchpad. He does not get what golf is.
Golf. Launchpad is like a WWE announcer.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
energetic.
Are you ready for golf?
That's so funny.
Yeah, he does not get what golf is.
Oh my God! For the love of God! The cage broke! The ring broke!
And
They almost crash.
yeah, predictably, they almost crash. Like, Launchpad's talking to Huey, and he almost hits a guy.
Yeah.
Huey, jerks the wheel the last minute, and they just, they're swerving wildly. And then leave them. We see...
We cut back to
Yeah.
Scrooge and the rest of the gang.
Yeah. Scrooge, Dewey, Louie, Worry.
Yes.
And Scrooge is very excited for golf.
Of course he is.
Of course, yeah, of course.
He's telling the kids, oh, this is your family heritage.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
apparently Scrooge's ancestor, their ancestor,
Yeah.
invented golf.
Yeah.
One of Scrooge's ancestors, named Black Donald McDuck, invented golf, but got so mad at losing that King James banned the sport. I did a lot of research into golf and into actually the validity of Scrooge's claim. So Scrooge is true. Scrooge is right that golf was banned in Scotland.
Fuck. Wait, why?
It was the first recorded mention of golf, of actual golf, was in 1457 when King James II banned it and football, soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we call soccer, they're
Yeah.
football. It was banned. I'm not sure why. Actually, I think I have notes on it later, but... And then Black Donald McDuck. I'm like, is that an actual guy? I should have doubted. He does exist. He is a character, a person in the McDuck family tree. He would have been pictured in Don Rose's Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck in Chapter 5, The New Laird of Castle McDuck, though that...
Just turn to your textbooks, you guys.
Yes. This portion of the chapter was scrapped, where we see Sir Donald McDuck, nicknamed Black Donald, for his temper. This is black temper. He invented golf in 1440. He also invented hammer throwing by throwing his golf club up in the air during a tantrum. His tantrums were so devastating that in 1457, King James II outlawed the sport, so they wouldn't have to deal with his tantrums because of his repeated clumsy failures. Donald was just the reincarnation of this guy.
Yeah, you know.
He was named after a guy who invented golf and then got it banned. What a legacy.
Whoa. I love it. I love though that they actually used someone from
Yeah.
canon.
I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And Louis, like me, is like, should we be proud of that? That we're related to this guy?
Right? Dewey's like, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, Dewey's very pumped. Yeah, Louis couldn't care less.
No.
He barely looks up from his phone this whole episode.
Exactly, yeah. Which just makes me question again and again, what is he doing? audience.
Well, in the comics, we see that he creates a small business on his phone.
What? Okay.
Like,
dang.
selling stuff. I forget what he's doing, but he creates a small business, like, just using his cell phone.
You go, Louis.
Yeah, he's goals. Yeah, Dewey's very pumped to play golf.
And he's like, I'm really excited to, like, learn from, like, one of the best, you
Yeah,
know?
no, he's like, we gotta hit things and not get in trouble for hitting those things. It's a dream. And see, Webby's also very excited. She blows, what is that? One of those plastic horn things?
Yes.
Like, yeah, football games? Yeah, for football games.
Yeah.
It's like a football game thing, not a golf thing.
No.
Semi-permanent hearing loss.
Go Scrooge! Boo Glomgold! Yay, custom t-shirts!
They got banned in Mexico, did you know that?
Those things?
Yeah.
Why?
In certain, like, soccer games, you can't have them. I know this because of my brother.
Yeah.
Because the noise would be so, like, loud because
There's
so many people. Yeah. So many people would be doing it, and it's just so loud and annoying that it would just disrupt television casts, disrupt, like, the narrators, disrupt, like, the referees,
That's
the
great.
coaches.
It's
You
amazing.
couldn't hear anything because of, like, this horrible, like, bumbling sound. Yeah. So they got banned.
Mexicans love soccer. What can I say?
But yeah.
Yeah, so Webby's blowing one of those horns, and she's like, yeah, go! Scrooge, go!
Yeah.
And,
Go sport.
Yeah, go sport! She's wearing a shirt. It says, what is that?
Scrooge #1.
Yeah. So Scrooge takes the horn away from her. Like, no, please don't do that. He calls her dear.
Yes. Oh.
And, like, desperately looking for all their interactions.
Which they have in this episode.
Yeah, they have a couple. Like that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, this close to him calling her Webby dear. This close. Like in the original series. Like, the relationship between them in the original series was the cutest thing.
It really was.
It was the cutest
It was
thing.
so
Like, Webby could have been a better character.
Mhm.
She definitely could have been.
Yes.
But it was very cute.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
it. I'm a fan. One of the things it did right.
Yes. It did a lot of things right. We're
Yeah.
not disparaging it, but yes, one of the very good things, like character-wise, that they did. Oh yeah, so at this point, the launch pad comes blazing in. The golf cart is like tearing up the dirt, and this leaves like a trail. Like, and Scrooge gets like the kids all gather around Scrooge.
Yes.
For protection, as Launchpad just like barrels past them
And into the lake.
into like that lake, and Launchpad's like, "This is now we're on to the swimming portion of our competition."
And they're slowly sinking
Yeah, they're
down.
slowly sinking into like the pond or whatever.
And Dewey's like not amused.
It reminded me of the Men Lock 'Em in the Middle scene.
Yes!
Where they ride the golf cart into the pool and then just sitting there like proudly as it sinks.
I
It
missed
reminded
that
me of
show.
that. Have we seen this yet? How Webby's never been to a sport
Oh
before.
yes. She's very enthusiastic.
Yeah, she's very
honestly.
enthusiastic. Like, she's like me. She's like, sport.
Sport.
I've never been to a sport before.
There was a shirt that I wanted. It just said "Go Sport."
Yeah. If the one time a year I go to a sports game, I could wear that.
Go Sport.
Go sport. It's versatile.
Yeah, you can wear it to any event.
Yes.
Our school isn't very good at
No,
sports.
we're a smart school. We're a brain school.
You can tell we were stalling.
Because we don't want to fast forward to the theme song.
Good theme song though.
Good theme song, but we don't have the sound,
Exactly.
so no point. Come back to I love we actually see Launchpad like pushing the cart out of the water, and Scrooge and everyone has moved on.
Yes.
They're like, this is normal.
We see Webby
she's
making
painting a sign.
posters.
She's
Yeah.
painting a sign. Scrooge asks her if she wants to play, like if she wants to try it out. She's like, nope, I'm good. At first I thought there was some other like reason, but not. Golf is just boring.
Yeah, it is.
She doesn't want to play.
I also think that she probably knows that he gets mad.
Maybe. Like, we know, like, she knows about Scrooge. She doesn't, like, know, like,
True.
she hasn't really interacted with him. Like,
Tell us what
she's
she
very
knows.
supportive of him.
Mhm.
Like, she got a shirt made. She brought paint to paint the sign.
Yeah,
So
he's so
Scrooge is like, okay, like, Louis, Dewey, like, you want to play? I think Louis says, like, ew, gross.
Yeah, he
I
legit
think-
says. Yeah, he's like, no, gross, not even a little.
Yeah.
How about you, lad? Up for that?
No, gross, no, not even a little.
He says that's so funny. He just wanders off playing on his with his phone.
Yeah.
Dewey's very excited though.
Yeah.
Like he grabs it right away and he's swinging it around. Scrooge's kind of like, whoa.
He's super excited to like learn the sport that their family invented.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
from the greatest player
Yeah.
that ever lived.
Yeah. He's like, I assume because I don't follow golf. And Scrooge one of my really funny lines in this episode, one of my favorite ones, Scrooge is like, awesome, now let's hone that wildly misplaced enthusiasm. Before they can start, Glomgold comes tromping in. We didn't mention their golf outfits.
Oh, I know, yes.
Glomgold and Scrooge both have golf outfits on.
And
they have,
like
the shoes with the spikes, cleats, or is that soccer?
I think they're cleats in general.
Okay. We see Scrooge has like a red golf sweater and like a tie. He has those golf hats with a pom-pom. I didn't look up what these were actually called.
You know?
And we see Glomgold just has... Does he normally wear a hat? He does, right? Right?
Yes,
he normally
he does.
wears like a smaller pom-pom hat thing.
Yes.
He has a hat that's bigger than like his whole head. It's huge.
It's like a cushion.
Beret? That's not a beret.
It's not a beret. They have a word for them. I don't know what they're called.
I didn't look it up. I looked up Mr. Golf, but not what these outfits are called. Glomgold has like a sweater vest with a tie and this humongous hat.
It's a cushion. It's a couch cushion.
Yeah, it's a couch cushion with a pom-pom on top.
And they're both wearing pants.
Yes, which I know you were upset about.
I don't like it because it makes me question, why don't they wear pants any other time? You know, like...
It's for like the looks.
I guess.
Like, Scrooge is wearing pants when they're in the Arctic because it's cold.
True.
And... just here it's for the looks.
Okay, I guess, but it still makes me, like, upset.
Pants are optional.
Pants are optional. Like, what do they tell you, like, growing up? You're like, you can choose to wear pants or you can choose not to wear pants.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Anyway, so Glomgold wants to prove he's the best Scottish billionaire golfer.
So specific.
I mean, Scrooge kind of makes fun of him. He's like, he's like, you always say that every year, but every year you go home crying.
I love Glomgold. He's like, my eyes dry out very easily.
We see that. Glomgold's like, well, sucks for you, Scrooge, because I hired the world's best golf player as my caddy.
Yes. And it's a tiger.
Tiger Woods.
I know, I realized
the joke on the only golfer anyone knows.
Okay, so I just realized the pun.
You
like,
just
probably
Tiger Woods!
Probably like 3 minutes ago, and I just stared into the computer and while you were talking. So I was like, oh, that's
the minute
joke.
I saw him, I'm like, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. He's like the only golfer everyone knows.
Yeah.
The only one.
He's the only one who had like PlayStation games that I remember.
Yeah. Like I don't know any of the golfers' name. I'm Tiger Woods. Everyone just knows him.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was like one of the highest paid athletes of all time for a while.
Yeah, and then he had that whole scandal.
And I looked him up. He's coming back up in the world.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
So he's like, he hired him, and he's like, what does he say specifically?
He's a very gentle voice.
Yes, he's
He's like, okay, the first step being a good golfer, and Glom goes to me like, don't tell me what to do. You're fired.
Okay, if you want to be a winner, just follow these 3 rules.
I'm already a winner! Nobody tells Flint and Glomgold what to do! You're fired!
So he basically says, like, I'm gonna make you a winner, and he's like, how dare you imply that I'm already a winner?
Yeah, fuck you, you're fired. And then Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods, he drops the golf bag and, like, walks away.
Yeah.
And Glomgold's like, oh, wait, shit, I need a caddy.
Yeah, because it's too heavy for him to lift.
Yeah. Oh, his bag has his face on it.
Yes.
He hires Louis. At first he's like, hey, how would you like to be, like, the caddy for the best player of all time? And he's like, eh. And he's like, I'll pay by the hole.
Yeah.
Awesome, I'm there.
It's like, might as well get paid.
Yeah. Like, Louis immediately goes to work for Glomgold.
Yeah. He doesn't care, as long as it's money.
Yeah, he's getting paid. And Scrooge doesn't have much of a reaction to this.
No.
He kind of, like, watches, like,
okay.
Okay.
And then Glomgold is like, he's like, you see, Scrooge, like, your own nephew abandoned you.
Yeah, now no one's going to support you. And then we see Webby made fireworks.
Yeah.
That, like, that explode in the shape of Scrooge's face.
Yeah. And, like, ultimate support.
Yeah. And I was like, dang, like, they went off early.
That's so cute. But yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. So, oh my god, this episode was so funny. I almost forgot.
So I watched this episode with my brother. He was a big fan.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good episode because we're with Huey and Launchpad. They're narrating a couple a good couple feet out, and because Scrooge and Glomgold are at the first hole.
Yes.
And we have this narration of what's going on. We have to put it
I'll put it in because it's so fucking hilarious. But we'll try to, like, do it.
They flip a coin to see who golfs first or whatever. Huey's like, Glomgold clearly switching the coin to one of the only heads. But he chose tails. And then Glomgold, clearly embarrassed, tries to throw it in the ocean. Because, like, they're near a cliff. Yeah. And he, like, tries to fails to throw it.
He throws it twice and fails completely.
He does it like 2 feet. And Scrooge, desperate to move things along, has let Glomgold go first.
Launchpad is like, wow, what a game. See you next time.
He walks away. Huey's like, Launchpad, it's not over yet.
Glomgold now very obviously switching the official coin for one that has heads on both sides.
Very sneaky.
He tosses the double-headed coin, and Glomgold has called tails. Glomgold, clearly embarrassed, now trying to throw the coin into the ocean.
He does not make it.
Scrooge, desperate to move things along, has agreed to let Glomgold win the coin toss.
Wow, what a game. See you next time, everybody.
It hasn't even... Launchpad!
Launchpad's me at sports games, by the way. Launchpad claps. He's like, wow, what a game.
He leaves. That was one of my favorite parts.
Oh my god. Like, it's so hard to put into words. It's so funny. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
So we see Glomgold's golfing first, and Scrooge is like, and he's like gloating, and he's like, oh god, I'm the best. Just watch me. And Scrooge is like, okay, god, like he's gonna be gloating for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. He tells us to do it. Like, let's practice your swing or whatever.
Let's do something while he's like too busy gloating. So they leave off, and then meanwhile, Glomgold's like, how do I do this?
Yeah, to Louis. He's like, Louis, how would your uncle like hit this golf? Do this golf ball? I don't know.
We don't know terms.
Yeah.
And Louis like
not looking up from his phone.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know, just hit the ball with the stick.
Yeah. And he's like, hit the ball. Oh, I've never thought of it. And so he hits it, like not like pretty good, I guess. And Glomgold's like, it moved forward. I'm not on fire.
He's like so shook that it worked. He's like, it's still on the course,
Yeah, I'm not on fire. And he's like, and Louis just holds out his hand, and Glomgold was like, kind of like annoyed, pays him like $1 or something.
Right? Because he's like, kind of praising Louis. Louis like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's like, he's money now, please. Then we see Scrooge teaching Dewey how to golf. It's really cute. It's super cute. Like he has his hands on Louis' shoulder. Dewey's shoulders. You like fucking so you swing it, and
he has steps. I didn't write the steps down. Bring it around town. You gotta. What was it? First you do this and this and this and that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
SpongeBob.
Now it's time to bring it around town. Bring it around town. Then you do this, then this, and this, then that, and this, and that, and this, and that, and then...
Yes. And we see Webby's very excitedly chewing on both Scrooge and Dewey from the bushes.
From the bushes.
And so Scrooge gives Dewey these tips. He kind of just like wildly swings and hits the ball, but he does it well. Like he's like a natural at golf, I guess.
He says that. He's like, you're a natural. And then I think it's, Webby's like, like one day you like might even surpass Scrooge. And Scrooge is like...
He's like, maybe after years and years of practice. So we see even from the very beginning, Scrooge is a little touchy about Dewey becoming better than him.
I mean...
Like, he's pretty supportive up until Webby mentions...
Yeah.
Like, maybe Dewey will be better than you one day.
And he's like, let's not go there yet.
And Glomgold's like, Scrooge, get back over here. Like, it's your turn, or whatever.
Do go back. And then we get a shot of Launchpad coming back
to the golf cart. He got a hot dog somewhere.
Don't know where. Yes.
I just realized we didn't describe Moorshire. Like
we
the
didn't.
Golf course. Damn it. I was talking about the golf course and I didn't describe Moorshire. Sorry, real quick. Moorshire, like, it's like, I guess, like, it's like the main building There's like a big
Yeah,
building.
it's a big-
There's a whole golf course, like trees, all very natural. I mean, it's a big white building. It's really nice. It looks very Scottish. How do you describe it?
Don't remember.
It's the very beginning.
Okay, it has like very large windows. It's kind of like
It looks like a manor almost.
yeah, it's like a manor. It's just one like kind of like solid building, and it's probably like 4 stories, 5 stories tall. Has like a lot of towers.
I'm not sure what these buildings would be for in a golf. Is there a food court in there? Is there a launchpad got that?
There's probably like kitchen or like a lobby area. Maybe it's like a hotel. Maybe
I'm like imagining it like the one country club I went to, but nicer. Yeah.
I would assume maybe it's like that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, off topic. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, back to has a lunchbag comes back with a hot dog. And,
Well, Scrooge is planning like to take the shot,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
hear
yeah, he's lining up.
Launchpad in the background.
Yeah.
He's all like, Scrooge is probably
Yeah.
worried that Glomgold
Yeah.
will use his one free tackle before the speed round in the third quarter.
he's like, what do you think's happening here? And Lunchpad, one heck of a game.
He's probably worried Glomgold will use his one free tackle before the speed round in the third quarter.
What do you think is happening here?
One heck of a game.
Yeah, Lunchpad does not know what's going on. Just me, obviously, trying to narrate the golf terms.
We're trying to narrate narration.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. I love all of these really quality
It's
lines.
really good, just really good lines, like really good. So we see Scrooge trying to take the shot. Louis startles him.
Yeah.
Louis kind of looks at him from his phone. He's like, "Golly, just do it! Like, take the shot!" Really loud, he yells it, and it startles Scrooge enough, whacks it like crazy
And it lands in the rough. So,
Yeah.
like, it ran
in the weeds.
in all the weeds. I only know some terms because of the Wii. The Wii call. But yeah, so it lands in, like, between all the bushes,
Yeah, it
all
lands
the
like,
trees.
it lands like in the because the golf, it's very natural. There's a bunch of trees and there's like a forest right there.
Yeah.
And it lands like way in there. And we see Scrooge going after it, and he says how he hasn't had a shot that bad in 40 years.
Yeah.
Scrooge, you're fucking old.
He's so old.
And
God.
so, looking for the golf ball, they find it. They find it in the middle of a circle of standing stones.
Yes.
I did so much research into these stupid things, okay? Because I'm like, I want to know. I don't want to just call them these weird shaped
Yeah.
rocks in a circle, or like the big rocks from Brave.
Our campus has them.
Where? Oh right, we do
Right?
have them. We do, but they're not natural.
No,
they're
no,
not,
no.
but like they're made by people.
They're art.
They are.
They're
yeah,
art.
They're
But
art.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
weird.
we have them. Some of them on the ground. They're like 10, 12 feet tall.
Like near one of our like food places
Yeah,
for some reason.
I about that. Ours don't have these weird like occult
No.
symbols.
They're just like in a circle, and
Yeah.
then every time like tour groups go by, they're like, "What are those?" And people are like, "Wow, art,
Art. We got giant egg heads
Yeah.
with faces, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, our school has weird art. Have you seen those pipes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I thought they were for something.
No, they're just art.
Okay. So the standing stones. So they're also called. I'm gonna butcher it. I think this is after all languages is. I'm gonna say Gaelic. They're also called menhirs. They're distributed across Europe, Asia, and Africa, but they're mostly in Ireland, Great Britain, and France. They're connected, this one people, the Bellbeaker people. This is way too much history. I really like history. I did too much research.
Give us the facts. Give us the
So-
facts. We need a little theme. Every
Oh,
time you-
yes! Please! Holy shit. Like, can we steal, like, the more you know?
Yeah,
noise?
yeah.
Is there
Everyone
a
does.
noise?
Yeah.
So, the men here, they're connected to the Bellbeaker people, who are a megalithic culture, meaning that they construct giant things. Meaning that, so they use a large stone, use a structure, a monument, without mortar or concrete. And the Bellbeaker people existed from between 2800 to 1800 BCE, so that's a long time ago. Some of them have been dated since 7,000 years ago. Menhirs, or standing stones. There's like a bunch of like reasons why people think these exist. A couple of them, like Stonehenge, is one example. Some of them are considered the sites of ancient religious ceremonies. Some of them, we believe, were used by druids for human sacrifice, or territorial markers, or elements of a complex ideological system.
Cool. For the aesthetic.
So yeah,
But yeah.
like there's a bunch of reasons why people think they exist. I picked like the druid. Think it's the most relevant to this episode.
Yikes. But yeah, it's like, you know, surrounded by trees, and then so you go, they see it first, and then...
It's in a clearing.
Yeah, it's in a clearing, and the standing stones are, like, in a circle, but, like, inside the standing stone, there's, like, a marked circle, and then the golf ball isn't. So they go in.
They go in, just, like, whatever. And I'd be like, I keep thinking about, like, those posts, like, never go into fairy circles.
Yeah!
And I'm like, Scrooge, you should fucking know better. You're, like, you're the master of this magic bullshit.
Right?
Launchpad and Huey come in on the golf cart, again, driving crazy. Like, just, like, I don't know how
he's, like, jumping things.
Yeah, and he crashes into one of the stones.
Yeah.
Like, crashes into it, and then drives forward and gets stuck between two of them.
Exactly. But make note, everyone's inside the circle that was drawn on the floor.
Yes, everyone's inside that circle.
Yes. So, Glomgold also follows and stuff. And then he, like, finally, like, gets it. He's like, he's like...
You messed up.
Yeah, you
like,
messed
at first he thought, like, Scrooge had, like, a master plan.
Yeah.
Like, hitting the ball into here. But he's like, "Nah, you just fucked up, didn't you? Well, hurry up, get the ball so you can keep playing."
Yeah, and then Scrooge is trying to, like, play it off, like, no, like, I have plans. Then he's like, no, just, you know, grab the ball at its go. And he's like, no, a Scotsman plays it where it lands.
Yeah.
So he goes to take the shot from the middle of the
circle. He goes
circle.
in. I think, like, as soon as he steps inside, the stones, the standing stones, glow blue.
Yes.
So I think if he hadn't hit it, nothing would have happened.
No.
I think. Like, if he just picked it up and walked out, I think it would have been fine.
But he technically, like, he started the game when he was in there.
And, like lightning, and, like, something starts crackling around the stone circles, and Scrooge hits the ball.
This, like, the pillar of light, like, flashes.
Like Avengers. And, like, what other movies have this, like, the blue light shooting into the sky? There's a couple.
I just remember, like, any, like, thing that has, like, an alien in it.
Yeah. There's more. Avengers is all I can think of.
I wanted to say a movie, but you haven't seen the movie, and me saying it, I can't say it, because then it would spoil it in the movie.
What movie have you seen that I haven't seen?
World's End.
Oh, right.
No, but yeah, so there's, like, a big pillar of light, and, like, the kids
shoots up,
Yeah.
And all the kids, Glomgold, they're all in there, and we see the golf cart that was half in, gets split in half. I thought it was a really nice detail.
Yeah, like, the front wheels are there.
Yeah, only the front parts.
Okay. They're kind of in a creepier form now.
Yeah, like, the colors are all wrong.
Yeah.
Like, the trees are all purple and red. It's, like, negative, almost, colors, how they're inverted.
It says something Scottish, but I can't remember the phrase.
Holy hollyhock, I think. I love the weird little Scottish phrase. And Louis thinks he's free from golf.
Yes.
He's like, we're teleported to another dimension? No more golf! He throws off Glomgold's golf bag, throws it on the ground. He's like, fuck you! I'm free.
But then people started piecing together what happened.
Yeah, there's a glowing ball.
Yeah.
There's, like, it looks like a hole to put the ball in over there. There's these
weird club-looking things to
so
hit things with.
There's two golf balls, the glowing blue one and the glowing red one.
Yes.
And Louis tries to hide the blue one.
He, like, covers it with his little foot.
Yeah. And we see Glomgold tries to poke it with his golf club, the normal one, and he gets electrocuted. And we see Scrooge looks at like these marks on one of the standing stones, and we hear Glomgold getting electrocuted again in the background.
So, like, the marks on the stone are like someone with,
like, playing golf.
Yeah. Someone playing golf. And that's Louis. Louis like, it's golf. It's golf.
Yeah, he's like, I'll never be free. He's like, it's just golf. It's just more golf.
Guys, it's golf.
It's still golf, okay? That's it. I'm going home.
Louis is sick of it. He's like, fuck golf.
He's like, oh no. No.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
And Louis he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going home. But then he starts walking off out of the circle and then
rolling in.
Yeah, he rolls in real quick. And he's like, oh, how do I get home?
So at this point, Huey and Launchpad still are, like, in the golf cart.
They're still narrating and they, like, yank out the piece of the golf cart that's stuck between the stones.
Yeah.
They don't even have the wheels.
No.
There's no wheels. It's just, like, the very front bumper of the golf cart. And Launchpad's, like, holding it up.
Yeah.
By the steering wheel.
Yes, and then they're trying to, like, kind of figure things out when these two mysterious pink and purple pony-looking
these weird little ponies with, like, the hats, the golf hats, walk up. And they're voiced by My Little Pony voice actresses. It's Tara Strong and Andrea Libman. I forget which ponies they voice.
Tara Strong voices Brayer, which is the pink one.
Oh, like the names of the...
She's the main one, right?
Yeah, she's Twilight Sparkle. Twilight Sparkle is Tara Strong. The other one is...
I've never watched My Little Pony.
I have. Maybe Fluttershy? Yeah.
Let's just say.
I'm sorry if she's not the person who voices Fluttershy. Yeah, it's Briar and what's the other one?
Bramble.
Bramble. I did not get their name. But they're like, oh, welcome to our magical forest.
We're the keepers of the realm.
Yeah, and we see that the gang figured out what's going on. They're like, we're in another dimension, right? And we gotta like play golf to get out or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, you figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
My favorite comment that Dewey does when he sees them, he's like, oh no,
Yeah.
did we die?
Yeah.
Are we in Webby heaven?
Because Webby's like, talking horses with clothes. Because they have hats on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dewey's like, oh no, did we die?
I love this thing of like, whenever the horses try to be mysterious, but like the gang's already like figured it out.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, Huey figures out that this interdimensional golf thing was made by druids after Black Donald got the game banned, which is funny because these stone circles might have been used for druids for human sacrifice. So
People mention death a lot in this episode.
They do, because Webby realized because the ponies offer to
give them a tour
of this fairy realm on their if they ride on our backs, we'll go on a tour. And Webby's like, but then she stops like the last minute, she pulls back.
Yeah, she's like, wait, why is your hair wet?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we just got out of the shower.
And Webby's like, oh no, like, you're Kelpies.
She figures out they're Kelpies, which are Scottish mythical monsters, which tempt people onto their backs and then drown them. And I guess eat them.
Yeah,
I assume.
Yeah. That's terrifying.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, we're not.
Like, and then everyone's glaring at them.
Yeah.
Except for Glomgold, who then looks around. He's like, oh, everyone's glaring?
Yeah.
And he starts to glare,
He
too.
glares, too. And they're like, okay, fine, you figured it out.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, then I bet you all know about the treasure at the end of the course. Because apparently there's, if you win, the first person to win wins the Druid Cup.
Yes.
But
Which means you're the best golf player in every plane of reality.
Yeah.
And Scrooge was really excited about
Scrooge
that
is
one.
like, oh, I want that. And Glomgold like elbows him like, fuck you. Yes, it'll prove that the best golfer in every plane of reality. Scrooge and Glomgold are very much buying into it. They're like, oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But Louis is the only one with common sense. He's like, how about we don't listen to the murder ponies and go home? But apparently they can't go home.
No, you have to finish the game.
Yeah. And like, and they mention how it'll be a little hard to play once those mists roll in. Like the mist said that they didn't let Louis wander
Go
away.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
So either you play or you die trying.
Yeah. The ponies are real creepy.
Yeah. They're really short. They're like...
Yeah, they're like miniature ponies.
Yeah, they're really cute. And they're like really bright compared to everything else in this place.
Yeah.
But they're evil.
They want to jump.
Yeah.
They mention death a lot. Or imply it.
Death is very, very, like, prominent here.
And Dewey's like, oh yeah, I want to play some golf. But before, he takes the golf club out of Scrooge's hands, but before he can hit the ball, Scrooge yanks it back.
Yeah.
He's like, no, like, there's no time for, like, an amateur player.
Yeah.
If we don't win, we can't go home.
If we lose the ball,
Yeah.
we can't, like, we can't play, so we lose,
Yeah.
And he's like, so he basically, like, says, like, you can't play because there's too much risk. So that's how he's saying it right now, at the moment.
At the moment, that's his excuse for not letting Dewey play. And they go off. And we see Louis is still demanding Glomgold pay him to be his caddy.
Yeah.
And they all walk past the ponies, the Kelpies, and the Kelpies are like, oh, hop on our backs, it'll be faster! Yeah. And they just all walk past and ignore them, and they're like, you're the worst victims ever.
You were the least fun victims ever.
But they're gonna keep insisting, which that was really fun.
Yes.
So they get to the first
course thing, which is really pretty. Everything is really pretty. It's like a huge waterfall. It's like a bridge. The actual course, like you have to hit over this bridge, and there's a bunch of waterfalls, and there's the remains of like big stone statues of like armored people. Yeah. Like people, like ancient armored people.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. So we have the first chorus, and Glomgold goes first.
Yes. Well, Scrooge tries to go first.
Yes, Glomgold elbows him out of the way.
Yeah. And Scrooge is like, you know what? Let him do it.
Yeah. And we see he hits the ball, and then this tentacle comes out of the waterfall, like a tentacle made of water. And we see Huey and Launchpad are commenting from above.
Yes.
And Launchpad, once this tentacle pops out and grabs the golf ball, Launchpad's like, oh, should have seen that coming. And Louie's like, how? He said it so straightforward, like, should have seen that coming. And Glomgold tries to get the ball back, but the tentacle grabs him instead.
And he's like tries to get help,
Yeah,
but
he's like, Daddy, help me.
he gives Louis like
a quarter, I guess.
He's like, it's like you don't even want to be rescued, honestly.
So he gives him $1 instead, and then Louis hands him a normal golf club, even though they can only use these magical wooden ones to hit the ball. I guess on purpose he gave it to him instead of just picking up the wooden one and giving it to him.
Yeah.
Because he hands him a normal metal one, and we hear him getting electrocuted again. Or we see him getting electrocuted.
Yeah, and that does nothing.
We hear it.
Yeah,
we hear it. I love we just hear it off screen.
That does nothing because he's still stuck there.
Yeah, he's still stuck.
So then Scrooge is like, just, you know, like, we let Glomgold do it first because then he
trigger
can
the traps.
Yeah, trigger the traps.
But we see Scrooge can't get the ball past.
No.
Because a second tentacle appears and bats the ball back to him.
And he keeps insisting that it's all about patience.
Yeah.
So every time he hits it, he's like, patience. And he keeps hitting it, and he's like losing it.
Patience! Until he hits it so hard, I think it hits him in the head.
Yeah.
Like it whacks it back so hard that it hits him in the head.
Sorry, we have to wait for the thing to catch up.
Dewey's like, he's like, I can go. Like, but Scrooge is like, nah, yeah, I can do it. But then this is when he whacks it so hard that the tentacle whacks it back and hits him right in the middle of the forehead.
And he's like, you know, like, I can do it. And then, but Scrooge really does believe Dewey's gonna fail it as well.
And Scrooge said, you can't sub in. Like, I have to play the whole thing through. The Kelpies are in the water below, though. They're like, oh no, in Druid Golf, it's okay to sub in.
Yeah.
And the other one is like, water's fine, by the way. Scrooge just glares at them, and they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. And they kind of just sink into the water.
So Dewey goes to take the shot, and he, like, you know, like a kid would, like, doesn't really pay attention to the rules. So he hits it once, and he comes back.
And it comes back, but then he hits it like kind of like a baseball.
Yeah, basically.
And it breaks through the two water tentacles, destroying them. It drops Glomgold, and he makes the ball in. The ball goes into the hole.
And everyone's like, yay! Except for Scrooge, who's a bitch.
It doesn't make it into the hole, but it's like on the rim. So it's a good golf game.
What a game.
And you see Scrooge is like, oh, good job. I'm very proud. He like clenched teeth.
Yes.
And Webby points out.
No, it's Huey. Huey's narrating.
No, Webby points out that you don't sound proud.
Yeah.
Because Scrooge is immediately bitter and petty about Dewey doing well. And then above him,
Huey's narrating. Huey's like, another brash young upstart destined to surpass his aging mentor. Scrooge is like, do you mind?
Yeah, he's like, is that really necessary now? And Huey and Lushford are continuing commenting.
Even though half their cart is missing.
Yeah. And Huey's like, it helps me feel in control in a frankly crazy situation.
And Launchpad is like, it makes everything sound important.
Yeah.
Baloney, trampoline.
Yeah. Really good lines. It's to me.
It helps me feel in control during a frankly insane situation.
I like talking this way because it makes everything sound important. Baloney, trampoline.
And Huey's me, like, God, I'm just gonna claim any, like, the vestiges of, like, normalcy.
Yeah. Because they have to play. They have to keep playing ahead.
Yeah, to get out of this, like...
crazy-ass place.
This fucking fairy realm. Like, God.
It looks pretty normal.
Yeah, it looks very Scottish and mystical-y, kind of, like mysterious, like ancient ruins and, like, big stones everywhere. It's very green and gray, nice grays, and not like drab, nice grays.
Like cool, like blue grays and stuff. Yeah, it's really pretty. So then they start this really cool montage of them playing.
Yeah, and it's like Scrooge and Dewey, like Scrooge is not doing super well, and then Dewey hitting the ball, and we see Scrooge losing his patience more easily. Dewey will take the shot instead and do well.
Yes.
It's Glomgold in the head. And he falls on his golf ball and electrocutes himself.
So I love this montage's music because it's like really cool, like Scottish tunes and not like the techno that we heard earlier.
Where?
In the Mark Beeks episode.
Oh.
No, but yeah, so it's like a really cute montage of basically Dewey doing really well and getting them out of, like, you know, trouble.
Yeah, like Scrooge will hit it not so good, and Dewey will, you know, get it in the hole or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll see the next one, it's Dewey hitting it, and he hits it into a tree, which comes alive and has a face.
And a beard.
Yeah, and a beard. And the tree kind of stands up and gets a drink of water, and the ball falls into the hole. And Scrooge is just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Like, he just, what the hell? Meanwhile, Glomgold
tries to, like, do the same thing and get on the tree, but the tree gets mad.
Tree gets mad! Goes after Glomgold, and he's carrying Glomgold away, and Glomgold's just throwing money so Louis will come save him.
So then we also see...
Oh, yeah, God.
A shot of, Launchpad disappearing with the ponies,
yeah,
basically.
Like, he's on the pony's back.
Yeah.
Like, with the front of the golf cart, he's, clinging to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Looking kind of afraid, but not jumping off. And they're, running towards the ocean with him on their backs.
And
Huey runs after him and
tackles
him. The front of the golf cart gets destroyed. We see Huey's looking at Launchpad like, what the hell, man?
You know what they're gonna do to you.
And you see Launchpad save the camera, though.
Yeah, so they got the camera.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because I'm assuming he needs the footage for the merit badge.
Yeah, for the merit badge. What a merit badge that'll be. I got transported to a fairy realm. They were talking ponies.
Exactly.
Who almost drowned my co-host.
And the little ponies get mad. They're like,
oh damn it. One of them hits the water, so close.
Yeah.
And just more scenes of Dewey being good at golf. He does a windmill thing with his arms to hit it at one point. It's really cute. They hit it off the head of a statue, a huge statue.
Mm-hmm. So it's a really cool montage. I recommend seeing it.
Yeah, I think at another point, Scrooge, definitely lost a lot of patience about, his own skills.
He's pretty mad. We see him make one of the shots, and Dewey's, really, good
good
job.
job.
But Scrooge is kind of, take that, and I'm just he's a child.
Scrooge is being really petty. They're at another hole. Scrooge, he doesn't even hit the ball. He misses completely. He whiffs it, and this just throws the club on the ground. And Dewey catches it. He's like, oh, I got this.
Because it recoils and then almost hits the kids.
Yeah, it's the kids. But Dewey catches it last minute. And Dewey's like, oh, I got this. And Scrooge, stomps off. Mm-hmm. And so Dewey hits it, and he does a good job. It goes in. It goes into the hole.
Yeah.
And we see Scrooge kicking a rock. And he's immediately oh, fuck, that was a mistake. And I didn't mention this earlier. Webby has a sign.
Don't mention this.
She has this from the very beginning, which I noticed it when I first watched the episode at about this point. Mm-hmm. But she has it from almost the minute they get into the golf world, into the druid golf world. It says Team Screwy. Who allowed this? Disney, how did you allow this?
It's Disney. When you combine two names, it has implications. Don't.
I assume she doesn't know.
Exactly.
It's clearly she does not know what she's written, but it says Team Screwy. I love also the implication, from there, that no one told her.
Yeah.
Maybe don't.
But she's still very much cheering on both of them, you know?
She's still cheering them both on.
I have a rant.
Scrooge. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go through everyone's names so I get to the right person. Launchpad notices that the mists are getting closer.
Mm-hmm. Really close. Because
yes.
At this point they're in the 17th hole.
Yeah. And we see Scrooge is having some trouble. Again, he's hitting the ball a foot, and then right behind him, nice job. He hits it again. Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah. Because they're trying to go from one stone to another stone, right? But they're disconnected.
Yeah, they're these pillar of stone things. You have to hit the ball to the next one or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we see Glomgold come up from a stone above them, starts gloating.
Yeah, he's like, I'm almost gonna catch up.
Yeah, and then he almost falls off. He's clinging to the edge, and he's like, Caddy, help me! And Louis reaches down, and he's like, oh, thank you. But then he reaches into his pocket, and Louis takes out a buck, and he just gives him the golf club. It does not help him up. No, Louis takes $5 from him. I noticed. He's $5.
Because you didn't pay me to save you. You paid me to hand you your club. So here you go, bud.
Yeah. Dewey's looking to see how far the next hole is, because it's either the pillars. And then the pillars are they're really interesting. It's pillars, but then they're connected by bridges.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
And they're all over water.
Mm-hmm. So it's two apart where he's trying to get it to. So it's that's the danger.
It's 100 feet away.
Yeah, you either get it in or you completely miss and overshoot into the water, which is where the Kelpies are.
Yes.
And the Kelpies are it's fine.
Yeah, because Dewey's he's let me do it. I can make it. And Scrooge is no, and hit it into the water.
Mm-hmm.
No. And we hear Webby's voice, not coming from Webby though, saying oh, if it goes into the water, we can get on the Kelpie's backs and get it. Mm-hmm. I'm the small girl duck.
Aw, give him a chance. If he hits it in the water, we can jump on the Kelpies to get it. I'm the small girl duck. You can trust me.
And meanwhile, you see Which one is
pink
it?
one.
The pink one.
Briar? Maybe?
Yeah, it's Briar. She's like glowing and like
her eyes are glowing and her hair is floating, like she's doing Webby's voice.
Yeah.
But the other one like pokes you like, no, they're looking at you, and they just glare at them, and they're like, oh, and their eyes get all big and they jump into the water, like they're like 30 feet up.
Yeah.
They just plop. Yeah, just jump off into the water. And Dewey's insisting to Scrooge, like, I can do this. Like, just let me hit it. Like, let me take the shot.
I just have here Scrooge, a major bitch.
Yeah, we see Scrooge doesn't trust Dewey. Doesn't really take him seriously. He belittles his skill.
He's like, it takes time, effort, like, you need to have skill, and he's like...
But then I think Dewey just grabs the club, right? Like, as Scrooge is kind of getting into this lecture.
Dewey, like, just grabbed it from him, and immediately hits it.
He grabs it, hits it, and, like, makes it in.
Yeah. And this is where it all fucking reaches a height that...
Yeah, I was not expecting this. Like, we haven't seen... Oh, also, Launchpad throws, in his... Like, he's cheering Dewey, he throws the camera off the cliff into the water. So,
oops.
Bye.
Goodbye, Junior Ferret Patch.
Yeah, we see Scrooge is pissed. Like, I don't think we haven't seen him this mad since I think the premiere episode when the kids broke into the Wing of Secrets.
But even then, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't this bad.
Because he, like, props to David Tennant. Because...
Yeah, he growls like a fucking rabid dog. Like, and it's this building thing, you're like, oh, shit.
I'll put it in, I guess. Cause it's
the whole thing is really good. He's so mad. Like,
he's really, really mad.
Like, David Tennant, the voice acting, and this is amazing, but this especially was really good.
Yeah.
This show is, I think, a really good way of making Scrooge feel more real.
Yeah.
Alan Young, amazing Scrooge. But it was always more, like, even when he was being mean and angry, it only sometimes had like a really big impact. It was usually more comedic.
Yeah, like, I'm just thinking of the whole trophy scene in the good old...
the Sport Goofy. Sport Goofy in Soccer Mania. Watch it.
It's quality.
Oh my god. It's the bananas thing.
It's weirdly edited. It's weirdly drawn.
It's really... It's very well animated.
Yeah.
But it's, like, insane animation.
Really,
like, Scrooge loses his shit. In Sport Goofy Soccer Mania, let's get into this real quick. Sport Goofy in Soccer Mania, Scrooge wants the kids to win the soccer game so he can win back this trophy that is actually worth like $1 billion or some shit. And he's, like, screaming for the kid, and he's like, win back, I can't do it.
I was like, I want my trophy.
No, to win back my trophy. Like, I can't do it. Like, he screams this.
Like,
it's not Alan Young, it's someone else.
Yeah.
And it's just this insane delivery.
Gentlemen, our honor is at stake. The time for victory is now. So get out there and fight and win back my trophy!
And the animation, it looks like a shitpost.
It does. There's like, when they do that thing where they're focusing on the face, but there's also like a second layer of the same face. So it's kind of that kind of animation.
If you go on my Twitter, it's my pinned tweet. My Twitter is, what's my Twitter? Mighty Ant, ham wrestler. Ham wrestler, like a ham, like you eat at Thanksgiving. It's my pinned tweet. That's the shot, like, no editing.
Yeah,
that's the shot that you put in
the shot.
Sport Goofy and Soccer Mania.
He gets mad.
Oh my god, it's so good.
The iconic one in Ducktales, like the OG that I can think of, is when he loses the ice cream.
A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream!
He gets mad there too.
That was a freak out. That wasn't like mad.
True.
That was him just losing his shit. I think in Nothing to Fear, I think is the name of the episode. Nothing to Fear has more Magica creates that cloud, and it makes everyone see their worst fear.
That's a fucked up episode.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, the kids' worst fear, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, their worst fear is Scrooge not wanting them around and wanting to get rid of them.
Aww.
I think that's the scariest.
We do that one. Fuck me up real good.
Yeah. With David Tennant, like all these really good voice actors, but yeah. In that episode, the kids' worst fear was Scrooge not wanting them around and wanting to actively get rid of them. And I think that's the scariest we've seen Scrooge in the original series.
So here he's just like raging.
He's so mad. He says like we'll totally put in like the line.
Yeah.
It's so easy. I'm sorry. I just knew I could, so
You pull a club out of a Scotsman's hand, you'd best be prepared to knock him out with it.
He basically says...
He accuses Dewey of showboating, of risking the game and their lives, and disobeying him.
My favorite line is, you pull a club out of a Scotsman's hands, you better be ready to knock him out with it.
And he yells this.
Yeah, and I'm
yells this.
He's a child!
Yeah!
First of all. Second of all, Dewey tries to apologize immediately after
he's like, I'm sorry, but I'm sure I could do it.
Yeah, and he's like, he fucking loses it. And then, but Dewey's not one to, like, take it standing either.
So Scrooge accuses him of showboating, missing the game and their lives, and disobeying him. But Dewey's like, no, like, the whole thing has been about how great you are.
Mm-hmm. It's about your pride and your issues.
Yeah, it's like, you're so threatened by someone being better at something than you, that you have to, like, prove that you're better.
Yeah.
Like, that you don't let anyone else try. That you need to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Dewey's just, like, fed up. He's like, fine. Like, he's like, here. He throws a club on the ground, like, win. Like, so just win the game so we can go home.
Yeah, because that's all you fucking care about. So, like, he walks away. And immediately, like, as soon as it drops, Scrooge is like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, wait, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Because Webby walks away, too, without talking or looking at Scrooge, I think.
And I'm like, I get it, because I'm a petty bitch. Like, I get, you know, like, because I was in choir for all 4 years of high school. And I was like, I really wanted, like, some of my other friends to join in, but one of them actually did, and then I was like, oh, I don't like this. I liked being the one in choir, you know? But I also, like, that was my peer. I was a kid, and that was another kid, and I never actually, like, you know, yelled at her about it. But it's like, you're being petty against your own nephew.
His great-nephew who's, like, 12.
Yeah.
Which, I'm gonna get into this at the end. But yeah, this really interesting portrayal of Scrooge as, like, being kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Like, he can be a huge dick. And I think they should portray that really well.
Yeah.
Like, I'll definitely get into it, but at the end. But just really good, pretty intense scene.
Mm-hmm. It's like, the show has a good job of being, okay, this isn't a joke. We're not making fun of this kind of thing.
Like, it does a good job of being really fun, really comedic, but also leaning into more realistic, dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
That I really appreciate. I want drama in my duck shows.
Give me all that angst.
Like complex character interactions.
Yeah, exactly.
More complex characters. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're at the final hole. It's like the ruins of a castle. There's just like bridges, and we see one intact statue of a cat.
Yes.
A cat in old ancient armor, like a big, like 30-foot statue. And bridges leading up to like the ruins of a castle. Like, so there's like maybe like the whole top half of the castle just missing.
Yeah. So as they're walking in, like, the whole group is kind of there, and they're passing by these statues.
These stone statues of golfers.
Uh-huh.
It's a couple of them, like 5.
Yes.
6.
There's a few.
Scrooge is like, almost be like a Hall of Fame type thing.
Yes.
He's like, your uncle's gonna be here soon. Uh-huh. And Dewey walks off like, fucking whatever. And we see that Huey and Launchpad are still narrating.
Yeah.
And we see the mists are getting a lot closer.
Yes. So Scrooge takes the shot, but he kind of fucks up. Yeah. And it lands on top of, like, piece of wall.
Yeah.
And Dewey immediately is like, nice work. So, how are you gonna get it down from there?
Yeah, so at this point, the mists are getting much closer. He hit it, like, way up, like, on top of a wall, on top of, like, the remains of a wall. Mm-hmm.
So the hole is up on a tower, but it's still, like, a long ways to go from the one where he hit it from.
Yeah. And we see Glomgold's like, well, looks like I'm gonna win.
He's like, you might have won the previous 27.
Yeah.
But this is the one that counts.
Glomgold is moment savoring. Mm-hmm. He's like posing, and he hasn't hit the ball yet. No. And he's telling Louis to savor the moment with him.
Yes. But the mist is curling up.
The mist is like right around his feet, and we see that the mists turn you into stone. So Glomgold's like shutting the stone in the middle of his speech.
And Louis like, no. So Louis walks away. Yeah.
He throws like a coin at Louis to like showboat with him. Yeah. But Louis is like as he watches him turn to stone.
Yeah. And he doesn't even realize it.
Until like he sees Louis' reaction, then he looks down and he's like, oh, beans.
Well, because Scrooge is like flinty.
Yeah, he's like, dude, wait a minute. You want to look down?
He calls him Flinty, and I was like, that's adorable. Because you guys are friends. Like, you guys are your only friends.
Yeah, they're the They were each other's only friends, which is so sad.
For 27 years.
They're arch enemies, but they're each other's only friends.
Yeah. It's like the the Plankton Mr. Krabs thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like they heavily, not even imply, I think they show in an episode.
Yeah, there's an episode where we see that they started their business together.
Yeah, and they're childhood friends.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, like, you know, y'all are friends.
Yeah. Yeah, so Glomgold's like, damn it. Curse my love of moment savoring. Like, very, lack of reaction.
Yeah.
He turned to stone. And so he turned to stone, completely. Bye.
This is when I realized in my notes that I really like this Glomgold. He's so entertaining.
He's so entertaining. I love...
And he's so quotable.
Did I write about... Oh, no, not yet. But yeah, this Glomgold's really good. Just original series Glomgold. He wasn't a bad character, but he just didn't really interest me as a villain.
Yeah,
he wasn't very funny. He wasn't particularly scary. He was just a kind of a mean businessman who did occasionally threaten and attempt to blow up Scrooge and children with dynamite.
Yeah, but there wasn't really something that I feel like as a kid would you'd be memorable.
Yeah.
So he's very funny, comedic.
And his design is different. The original series, it was the exact same model as Scrooge with a beard and different glasses.
Yeah.
So this, he's completely different character design. Mm-hmm. He's very comedic.
Yeah.
But, with the same elements of the original Glomgold, just the comedy is exaggerated. Yeah. Which I appreciate.
Yeah. He's really fun. He's really quotable.
Yeah, all the things about Glomgold, the original series that I did like, are just enhanced in this. Mm-hmm. He's a ridiculous villain. Yeah. Make him ridiculous.
Yeah. But I still can't get over the whole, his beard being fake.
God. Christ.
But it's
terrifying.
Yeah.
But so Glomgold turns to stone, and Louis runs over to his family, which Scrooge he puts his arms out to protect them.
Yeah.
And we see out of the mists come Briar and Bramble, and they're like, "Oh yes, the mists of Moorshire turn you to stone," and you already figured that out.
Yeah. And they're like,
Yeah. And they're like, "Well, you can still drown if you want. Might be slightly better dead."
Right.
And they're all yelling, "No!" All of them at once. And they're like, "Oh, fine, whatever."
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah. So they walk off into the mist.
Yes, disappear.
Yeah, they're creepy.
They are. Every time I think of The Mist, I think of the movie The Mist, which fucked me up.
I've not seen that movie. I've seen 3 scary movies.
One of them, which was
Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place.
Very good.
It's really good. Yeah, the mist, stuff and stuff. So then they're like, okay, we need to take the shot because the mist is right there.
It's real close. But Scrooge can't get to the ball. Mm-mm. It's up 15, 20 feet. Nah, 15 feet.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
Feet. Whatever.
Pretty high.
It's too hard for him to reach. He tries climbing up the wall, but he just falls right back down. And Webby says that they need to support him. And
one of my favorite lines, especially that delivery, because Dewey all sad. He's like, "Why? He hasn't supported me all day." And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. She's like, "No, I mean support him. Not everything's a life lesson."
Everybody, we need to support Scrooge.
Why? He hasn't supported me all day.
No, we need to support Scrooge. Not everything is a life lesson.
I thought it was cute.
Right.
It's nah, Disney lesson over. Nah.
He's like, we'll get through the family drama some other time.
Yeah. And we see the kids start stacking up. Mm-hmm. And Launchpad, I'm not sure I guess it's just Launchpad pausing and looking and seeing how much closer the mist is getting.
And it's pretty close.
Yeah, and Launchpad's strong as hell. He picks up the whole stack of them and just puts them on his shoulders.
So in order, it's Launchpad, Huey, Louie, Webby, Dewey, and Scrooge on top.
Yeah. And Scrooge drops the club and it hits Launchpad in the head, and Dewey and Louie catches it. Mm-hmm. And Scrooge is like, "Pass it back up, quick." And Louie puts a hand out to be paid. And Huey looks at him like, "What the hell, man?" And Louie's like, "Oh, nope, sorry, where's Faby? Here, he just passes it back up." So real good. He didn't say anything, he just puts his hand out.
And everyone's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, even Launchpad."
We're gonna need to get a picture of that.
Even Launchpad looks so bad. Oh my goodness! Just pause it as soon as after the moment he realizes, "Oh no, that's not no."
Yeah, everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Even Launchpad looks pissed. He's like, "Louie, you're gonna die." Even I don't realize the gravity of this, and I'm a dumbass.
So does he though? Because of the next immediate comment.
Yeah.
So they're rolling in, you know, and then you're like, Huey's like, we're in a really dangerous situation. Launchpad's like, are we? And that's when the mist is like...
it's at his waist, and he's like, oh no, and he turns to stone.
Yeah.
So Launchpad's stone now.
Yeah, and Huey's like commenting, and he's like, "Oh, this has been Huey Duck signing off," and it like completely
They're all
covers.
very chill about turning to stone.
Yeah, I'd be screaming my fucking head off.
Until like even like Webby turns to stone, so like, and the mist kind of stops a bit, and so it's only Scrooge and Dewey, and Scrooge is like holding on to Dewey.
Yeah, so they switch places now. I love Webby. Her last words were like, "I believe in you," something like that.
Something like that. She's like, "You can do it." Or something. Yeah. Dewey's like, "What are you doing, Scrooge? Take the shot," because he hasn't taken it yet. And Scrooge is like, no, he's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, he knows he can. He tells Dewey, like, he has to do it. Mm-hmm. And so he picks up Dewey. So he's supporting Dewey. He's trusting Dewey to make it. Scrooge, like, looking up at Dewey. As he's turning to stone, he tells him, he's like, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
And then he's stone.
I know you can do it.
And he's stone.
Looking up at Dewey with this, like, what's his expression?
Like, really, like... Oh, what's it called? Like a genuine, like really supportive.
Yeah.
Like, he's like you can tell like there's also like an apology somewhere in that, and he like turns to stone in this like face that like I think made me really emotional.
Yeah, like jeez.
So Dewey's like, you know, he goes to take the shot, and then so at first he's kind of like following the steps.
Yeah, but then the mist is coming back up again. He's like, oh no, just hit it.
Just hit it.
Yeah, and he whacks it like he's been doing, and like it makes it. He does it.
He does. Yeah.
He does it. Very anticlimactic.
It's just like we just can't describe the whole journey that the ball makes.
Goes around and it goes into the hole. Good job.
I just suddenly realized that the last time I went mini golfing, I was at a Las Vegas casino.
Hey!
And it was the band Kiss.
Oh, themed?
Like themed, yeah.
I've never heard a song over that. I just know they had a Scooby-Doo movie.
I think you've heard the I Wanna Rock and Roll all night.
That's that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Party every... So we were there, and like they were like, oh, you can get like a prize if you like do a certain task.
Did you get a prize?
I did. I had to scream like one of the lines from their thing, and then hit the ball. But I went to scream the thing, and then I completely missed the ball like an idiot. And my brother still has the video of me getting really embarrassed.
Great. That's great.
But yeah, so as soon as they hit the ball and it goes in, like light engulfs the whole thing, and they go back to like the forest.
They're sent right back to the middle of the standing circles, and you see Scrooge help Dewey up. He's like, I knew you could do it. We survived. We're not dead. We see the ponies come in with the big golf statue, the druid cup.
Yes.
And so Scrooge doesn't like actually apologize, like, sorry for being a dick, but he doesn't say sorry, but like his actions say it. He lets Dewey take the trophy, like it's yours, like you earned it.
Dewey does, and then he reads the. Because
the engraving.
The engraving.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the engraving of like the plaque.
Yeah.
So it says Druid's Cup winners, Scrooge and Dewey's.
Yeah. Scroogey and Dweezy. Which reminded us immediately of SpongeBob when Squidward wins, I forget what trophy it's for, but the Squidward Tortellini.
Because at first it was Squidward tennis balls.
Yeah, tennis balls. And then they fix it.
Yeah, it's a Squidward Tortellini.
The first place snail racing cup presented to Squidward Tortellini.
We see also Glomgold survived too.
Mm-hmm. He's still like his bottom half is still stone.
So he's like, Caddy, like help me out.
Yeah. He fires Louie, and then he's like tips over. Yeah. He's like, as soon as you help me out. Yeah.
And Louie's like, well, pay me first. And so he's like, fuck, fine. He just then takes out some money.
You just see like Louie take a club,
takes the golf club, and you hear like the whack of him hitting him like on the ass. The stone. Yeah. And Scrooge, he invites Dewey to join them for the next golf invitational.
And he's like,
I'm good actually. He's like,
pro career is over.
Yeah, I went out on top.
Yeah.
I'm done.
He's like, but I wouldn't mind, like playing for fun.
Yeah. And Webby cheers them on. She says Team Screwy. Which, Christ.
I don't like it.
Christ. I think, we didn't mention the ponies, like, jump off the cliff.
They left.
Like, they jump onto the water. Launchpad dispensing with the life lessons.
Mm-hmm. He's like, well, there you have it, folks. Scrooge let go of his ego and learned that a good teacher's pride should be in his student, not himself. Yeah. Then he was like, damn.
him. Yeah, nice, Launchpad. And then immediately, Launchpad promptly stuffs 30 golf balls in his mouth. We see him choking on them.
Well, there you have it, folks. Scrooge let go of his ego and learned that a good teacher's pride should be in his student, not himself.
That's actually a good insight. Wow, I'm impressed, Launchpad. And you're choking on golf balls.
They look like tasty eggs!
They're his forbidden snack.
And he was like, you so many golf balls in your mouth.
He's like, I've been resisting for so long.
They look like tasty eggs. What the hell?
All I could think of is, like, my forbidden snack
Christ.
being not only Tide Pods,
Christ.
which, the whole thing,
God.
but those, like, 25 cents balls you get in machines.
Okay, that I understand. There's like weird rubber ones.
They're, like, clear.
Like,
some of them are clear.
Yeah, and they're this weird texture.
Yeah.
That, like, you want to bite them.
Yeah.
And I have when I was younger.
Yes,
I did not eat them.
I remember one time.
I would bite them in half.
Yeah, you would bite them in half,
Yeah.
but, like, it was so satisfying.
Yeah.
But I remember one time my, like, parents bought, like, a bunch of them for, like, goodie bags for a birthday, and I, like, took a few, and I was just like, peel.
That's the end of the
Forbidden
episode.
snacks.
Launchpad choking on golf balls. What an ending.
What a game!
Yeah.
One heck of a game!
But I have some insights.
There, okay.
So Scrooge in this episode reminded me a lot of Scrooge in the premiere episode.
Mm-hmm.
So like, this made me remember more than I've been reminded of in a while that Scrooge has been alone for 10 years.
Yeah.
He's had Beakley and I assume ignored Webby, but he's been on his own without a family for 10 years. And unlike 1987 Scrooge, who was fairly content and happy to be on his own, 2017 Scrooge is alone, presumably because of tragedy, because of what happened with Della, we're assuming.
Yes.
Like, we've only gotten brief glimpses of Scrooge's grief about that. Him buying the post office, we learned about in the Great Time Chase. This is a Scrooge who's been alone because of reasons partly outside of his control. Like, something happened that made him be alone. Whether it was partly his fault, whether it was someone else's fault, how much it had to do with Della, I assume a large amount.
Yeah.
We don't really know yet. This is a Scrooge who's become estranged from his family for 10 years, and now that they're reunited in a meeting for the first time, he's still getting used to being around family again and being around kids.
Yes.
I don't know how long it's been since he was around kids. Like,
I'm assuming a fucking long time since he's, like, immortal, apparently.
yeah. Since Donald and Della were kids. Because Scrooge, we see Scrooge as a natural adventurer, but he's terrible at navigating family. And that we see his ego and pride have gone unchallenged by all but himself for a decade. And so now he's lashing out at this change.
Yeah.
Like, we assume he wants his family with him, but he's not used to them being around and challenging him in these ways. He's lashing out against the kids and most of the kids we see because he has a clear, like, person to lash out against, not just himself. Maybe he's used to lashing out against family. Like, 10 years ago, whatever happened, we lost contact with Donald for 10 years.
Yeah.
There was something that happened between them that made them not want to talk to each other. So maybe he's used to family being like an enemy.
Used to, like, kind of, you use me in a way. So this is kind of like, you take these skills that I'm teaching you.
Yeah, and you're better than me now.
And you're better than me now.
And he's not used to that.
Yeah.
Like, so we see in the premiere, he's kind of going through the motions of life. He was stuck, like, in a rut, I think. And so with the kids coming back into his life, it's changed so much for him. He's not great at navigating that change yet.
Yeah.
Or more than. Someone asked Frank Angonis on Tumblr this question that I thought was really interesting, especially the answer. So someone asked him if Scrooge loves his fortune more than the nephews. And what about his personal reading of the 87 Scrooge and the Barks and Roses Scrooge comics? And what Frank Angonis responded was that what Scrooge is really obsessed about is his legacy. As the last of the clan McDuck, the richest duck in the world, his legacy is what really matters to him. So in the end, it's for him a struggle between, what's more important, his fortune, adventure, or his family. So it's a constant struggle for him to balance these things.
Yeah.
What should matter more? And I think this episode was maybe an example of that. This Billy wants to be the best golfer in the multiverse or whatever it was. And his nephew is challenging that.
Yeah.
And he gets very, very defensive about it.
So, I kind of saw it in this kind of the narrative of, as a first-generation American, you have this thing where you kind of grow up with your parents saying, this is for you to be better,
Yeah.
for you to be good, for you to, like, live a better life. But at the same time, sometimes what happens is there's this kind of, like, lashback. At the same time, it's like, oh, it's like, you didn't suffer enough for this, for you to get this. So it's like, either you want us to be better than you guys, or you want us to work as hard as you did.
Yeah.
So for me, there was kind of like that thing there of like him being like, I want my family to, you know, maybe in the past, to have been better off than I did. But at the same time, it's like, I worked so hard. I should be able to have this legacy. My legacy shouldn't be in, like, you know, 100 years from now when he's still alive.
Yeah.
100 years from now, like, for his legacy to be, like, the great uncle of these kids.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that to be the thing. He wants it to be, like, Scrooge McDuck was this person and he did so much.
And I think he's become so, like, obsessed with that, like, with that legacy. Any perceived threat, even by his family, is seen as a threat.
Yeah.
Like, he lashes out against it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, he's just not used to family, like, how to appropriately deal with family, emotions-wise. I can't do words anymore, guys, I'm sorry.
And he has a temper, and it's a temper that runs in the family, you know?
Yes, we do know.
So I think it's kind of like this thing of, like, the kids don't sit down and take it, and they're going to tell him things back. And we've seen, I think, all of them do it, right? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of them. Even Webby. Webby not as much, because we see she's a little more timid around screen, but she does, like, say stuff. Like, if she notices things, she will.
Yeah, she will
point
say
it
it.
out.
Like, maybe he hasn't, you know, like, faced that kind of thing in a long time, or, like, especially...
he hasn't really been challenged.
Yeah.
We see that, like, he's been going through the motions for a while, so... But at being challenged, he's like, whoa... What's going on? And I don't like this.
Yeah. And it's like, sometimes when kids talk back, it isn't like a challenge. Sometimes kids are just talking back because they're kids. Yeah. So, like, I feel like I'm really analyzing this. But, like, kind of like that thing where he's like, oh, I'm going to say something and you're going to challenge me back. That means, like, we're at odds. And it's like, sometimes it doesn't really mean that. Yeah. It's just a kid being mouthy.
Really good episode. We've gone on for a while. But it's really, really interesting how they do Scrooge's character, and I really like this take on it. Like, it's a mix of the comic Scrooge, of the 87 Scrooge, and it's something that's still very new, and I really like it. So I'm really excited to see where they go with it, and how he might, you know, develop and change.
It's really good. Like, I'm a big fan of this one, because, you know, you have, like, those comedic moments, and then you have those very serious, like, there's something else going on here. The animation sequence for him being like, I believe in you, there's an apology in that scene. There's,
I don't think Scrooge could ever, like, actually flat out say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine him doing that at all. But he'll say it, like, he'll say it in other ways. He'll show it through his actions.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Fan.
I think that's all for us today.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed our in-depth discussion on Scrooge McDuck's character.
And if you ever want us to get into more depth about different things, you can reach us on our Tumblr.
At Amores Patos Podcast on Tumblr. Like, so on Twitter at Amores Patos. Yes. I am much more active on there now. I typically, I'll retweet art, fan art, and Ducktales news.
Yeah. So if you want us to see your art, maybe you can tag us on that too. Like,
and we'll
share it.
Yeah, we will
retweet it.
It took me forever to figure out what RT meant. I'm not kidding. I'm like, RT? What? Retweet! Like, it's the website. God, the app. Whatever. I figured it out, like, a day ago. So, whatever. But yeah, and again, thanks to Fenton at Dystopian Graffiti for our lovely cover art.
Beautiful.
And I think that's it.
That's it.
Right. Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.